Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to wait a second till people come on here so I make sure it's working. I had a little bit of a crazy time last week. Hopefully this week will be better. Just never know. Got to go with the craziness, right? Hi, Shelly. Good morning. Okay, here comes everyone. Good morning. Welcome. Happy to see all of you. Hi, Susie. I can't say hi to everybody because it'll say and 2 others joined, so I don't know who they are. I don't always see your names. Hi, Tina. Thanks for coming to see me at Rittenhouse. It was great to see you. Hi, Shelly. Yes, it went really well. Hi, Helen. I'm excited to paint today. I don't think I've painted since last Thursday, maybe. Morning, Barb, because I was away at the Rittenhouse Square Fine Art Show, and then it always takes me a little while to regroup. I'm always exhausted when I get home, and I have to do all the back end stuff. It rained at the show, so we had to unload the tent from the van, and it's all drying in the garage. It ends up being a bigger project than just going to the show. Good morning, Renee. So let me show you what I'm going to paint today. Sometimes when I do those little teasers, I end up painting something different. But when I woke up this morning, I was still excited about painting these beets from Market. I think I actually might have bought this bunch and had them for lunch. They were so good. Doris, morning from Texas. Love you. And finally figured out how to get on live. Old fart here. Hey, you just keep trying to figure it out. My mother-in-law always has trouble with things, and I'm like, you're way ahead of everybody because you try it and you figure it out, right? That's all it takes. Good morning, Ellen. So I need to mix up that really pretty kind of orangey beet color. I think part of what intrigues me, I'm pulling my hair up out of my way, is this. I love this color in here, that chartreusey green. And it really pops against the oranges and the dark background. So we'll see what happens. Beet salad with goat cheese. Yes, Jennifer, I love that. I had beet salad from Park on Sunday. And it was delicious. I love beets. All right, let's see if I can get this in the right spot. This is always a challenge for me. And even if I try to figure it out ahead of time, it doesn't mean that I can. Is that okay? Can you see everything? There might be a little, if I push it too far up, the whole thing falls off I think that's fine. You can see that, right? Let me move this light over a little bit. Maybe move my coffee cup out of the way. Ellen says, love the reference. Okay, perfect. All right, let's get my palette knife. Yeah, so I always feel a little rusty. A funny thing sometimes about painting, or probably anything else that you do, is if you don't do it for a while, it's almost like I'm afraid that I'll completely forget how to do it. I wouldn't say that ever really happens, but you get in your own head and think, gosh, I haven't painted in, I think I need a red. I don't know. Let's just use what we have, right? I don't need anything else. I got plenty of colors out here. That's nice for my really dark. I feel like my palette knife is dirty. We'll see. This is my pink, and let's clean off. I'm going to clean my knife off before I put some orange in there. I want to get that beautiful golden beets. Are they golden beets if they're red? Or are they only golden beets if they're orange? I never know if they taste different or not. That could use a little more. I feel like it needs red. Let me grab a red. Let's see what I grabbed. Perylene red. That'll work. Need something that's just a little more true red. Not so pink. Not so magenta. A lot of them are true red. push this up a little higher. Do orange, maybe a little Indian yellow in there. Yeah, so the show was good. Thanks to everybody who came to see me. A lot of you did. I love that. I love familiar faces. This makes me happy. All my friends that I've made through this journey. And do I want yellow in there? I really am not sure. I'll just do a little bit and see. Yeah, maybe. I think that might work. It's easy. I'm trying to lighten the color without dulling it. Like if I add white to it right away, it takes down the chroma too much, and I don't want that. That worked. Yeah. What else could I do that with? I'm going to put a little bit of this Radiant Lemon out to lighten it. To clean the top of that tube is getting a little wonky. So now that I'm back from Rittenhouse, I'm knee deep in getting ready for going to Périgord retreats in France. I'm very excited about that. It's coming quickly, and it's going to be so much fun. And yeah, so that's what I'm trying to spend my next 2 weeks on, and then I'll be there. So I won't be live. Just doing a lighter true red. I like to have a lot of variations in the reds for those beets. Not just a value change, but a good chroma change. And I'm going to put a little bit of raw umber in there too, to give me some like kind of lighter orangey colors that are sort of in the shadow areas. Yeah, that's nice. Let's put this red in there. I think those are nice beet colors. All right, I'm going to clean my knife off and go to the greens. I don't need to clean it up very much because it's okay if there's reds and oranges in the greens. I'm just going to do a teeny bit. I want a little bit of a really light pink. For some highlights on those beets. Not necessarily because I see light pink in the beets, just because I want a pop of something different that's in the same colorway. Isn't that a fun color? I always love colors you can't quite name. Is that a peach or a pink? Really pretty. All right. Very fun. All right, now I have to start with really dark greens, and I'm going to add a little bit of raw umber in there too. Good morning, Emily. I can kind of see my phone. I have it down pretty low today, which is probably good. You guys can probably see a little bit better. That's nice, really nice green. So now I'm thinking about, I could do my background just as like all permanent rose, or I could do it true to the color of the subject of what I'm painting. I'm sort of on the fence about what I want to do. Those are pretty. Okay, I'm going to do kind of similar greens, but toward the top I feel like it's a little bit more of a Viridian green, which is like a little bit of a cooler green. And I want that to go a little darker. Maybe I'll add a little bit of blue in there. really pretty. And I'm going to take that and add this. Yep. That's really nice. That's this color that I love, this Vasari Video Blue Extra Pale. Maybe a little white. Now I have all these colors out here and I didn't use them all. See what I'm doing? Yes. Let's add a little blue in there. Maybe a little more Viridian. That's nice. What else do I want to mix for fun? I'm going to do a little bit of green and add a little bit of this violet in too. Just for a little, I don't know what. I felt like I needed a kind of a grayish blue. That got a little more gray than I intended, but maybe I'll add a little more green in there. I feel like I need a little bit more of a variation in color. Oh, that's really nice. Do that, and what did I use? The violet, and put a little white in there and see what we get. Oh, that's fun too. Kind of a grayish blue for up in the leaves. I think, you know what I didn't make? No, I think we're good. I was thinking I didn't make the color for the rubber band, but really I could use like these like pinks is really what the rubber bands look like that are around the, because they're a little bit of a pinker than the Beets themselves. I guess I don't really have a color for this. I'll take just, what color is that? It's mostly white, those little roots. A neutral white. Do that. What can you see them? There, that's just a nice little extra white. I don't know if I was holding my phone very well, but I love little piles of color like that. So fun. Greenish yellow. Yeah, I love greenish yellow. Chartreuse. I actually put some chartreuse out here and didn't use it anywhere, but I could mix some into that kind of light, white-ish color that I just mixed. And use a little of that. Okay. All right. I hope I didn't miss any. I guess I'll do the colors more true to what's in the image. Sometimes I like just, whoop, did I bump you? I moved my chair over and I moved you too. Okay. Where's my paintbrush? Right here. And, okay. Excuse me. I'm going to keep it loose. These are very orange down in here. I could use some Indian yellow in there. That might shift my color just the way I want it to go. And that's where the roots come down into there. They're so pretty, aren't they? I love going to market at this time of the year because everything's so fresh and beautiful. I'm excited to go take pictures in a French market too. That's also really fun because they display their fruits and vegetables kind of in a really cool way. Even their fish at markets like that is gorgeous. Okay, that's a good start. Let me just soften that a little bit. All right. I'll do kind of Indian yellow up in here because this came down in there more. Oh, Michael, I leave a week from Sunday. I thought maybe you'd be on your trip now. When do you leave? For England. I can't believe it's coming that quickly. It's like, you anticipate something for so long, and then it almost seems like it comes in a split second once life clears space for you to give it some thought. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's hard to believe that it's coming that soon. Tuesday. Oh, great. I can't wait to hear about your journey. That's going to be so much fun. And remind me again, where is it? It's in England. I know you had talked about that being somewhere that you really wanted to go. Tuesday. A little blue up in here, maybe. Why not? It's really just giving it space. I could put manganese blue here too, but I didn't put any out, so I'm not going to. Oh, Allie's asking you where you're going, Michael. You go in the coolest workshops. Okay. Let's just a little bit of purple, just because I feel like a little bit of purple today. In the very darkest areas. Little purple's always a fun little addition to any painting, I think. Mostly Cornwall, but 2 nights in the Cotswolds. Oh, that's what I have that written on my note here because I'm thinking about where I'd like to go next on a journey. And I wrote the Cotswolds down, and that was inspired by you. That looks so beautiful. I looked that up. So charming. All right. I think that looks like a lovely hot mess to start with. I'm going to move my liquid out of my way and get my pigment sticks out. Have a little bit of coffee. Where's everybody watching fun? I finally remembered to write yesterday that I was going to be live today. The last couple times I've been not quite keeping up with social media. Sometimes it's hard to do all the things. Oh, Allie, do you have a friend in Cornwall? That's fun. It'd be a fun friend to visit, right? There's this one back here. Let's do... That's fine for that. Gulf Coast, Fairhope, Alabama. Watching from Mississippi Gulf Coast. And that's 2 different people. Oh, a different Gulf Coast. I never been to the Gulf Coast. what a treat watching you from Paris. Wow, lucky you being in Paris. Or do you live in Paris? Are you visiting Paris? I'll be there in a little over a week. Same area, okay. Yeah, so after France, then the next trip that I'm going to teach, I'm going to do a workshop in Italy. So I'll be talking about that. Oh, Michael said, you'll have to let me know who. Maybe we'll run into each other. Seems like there are a lot of great artists there. Oh, wouldn't that be a lovely place to live? Whoops. I'm cleaning off. There's a piece of paper on my pigment stick. I see a little spot of violet down here. I'm going to hold on to that lightness. That's good for that. Are there any colors? Oh, I didn't use my someone was telling me at the art show, we were talking about the color in my painting, that pigment stick that I love, this malachite green. And she was showing me, because she was in the know of malachite, and malachite doesn't look, it's a much darker green than this. It was kind of interesting. I never thought about what the word malachite was named after. It's a stone, a mineral, a stone. All right, that's a lovely mess. I'm just going to leave it like that. Put the pigment sticks away. Have that in there correctly. Wouldn't close tight. Love those pigment sticks. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Sure, I love them too. That's just such a fun little pop. And if you're in my Inspiring Art group, my there is a alizarin orange. I have to see if I have that. I wrote that down, didn't I? Oh, alizarin orange, you said, an Indian yellow. I have it here on my paper that I haven't looked at since I left for the art show. It's like sometimes I can't think about everything, and I have my notes written down. I always say when I write things down, it comes back to me just when I really need it. So as long as it's written on a piece of paper in my art studio, eventually I will re-find it. I had some of my paints shipped to France this time, so I didn't have to carry so many. And now I'm like worrying that I forgot colors. Like, I'm sure we will be fine. And you know what I should just think about is that, like in any situation, then you just get creative and use what you have and make it work, right? I think sometimes, what is less is more. It's better. It's okay to figure out how to use less. Definitely. I just don't always like less. I like more. Just a little bit of carving out there. Good morning. Great to see you at Rittenhouse. Hi, Crystal. It's great to see you too. Yeah, in spite of the rain, it was a rainy weekend. I was stressing about that. But besides needing to clean the tent or dry it out, it was a good weekend. And my son and his wife came and helped us tear down, which was really helpful too. Really nice of them. All right, I like that. I'll do some of my dark greens and then a little sip of my coffee. I had the cutest young couple. They were looking at some of my donut paintings. Like I had a little one in the bin of my, like, these little, like, studies. And then I had one, 3 on the wall. And I didn't realize it was National Donut Day on Saturday of the weekend. But they were deciding what they wanted and thinking about it. And they really gave it a lot of thought. And I love watching people, like, decide on a painting. Because it really is a commitment. Like, it's something you're going to live with. And you have to, know that you're going to love it. To want to hang it in your home. And they decided on, it was a 9 by 12 painting of 3 donuts. And before the evening was over, he emailed me a picture of it hanging in their kitchen. I love that. That's just made my day. That's the fun part of doing art. Part of the fun part is making friends, I would say. But the other fun part is when someone, falls in love with a painting and then shares with me, where it landed in their home. I love to see that. So even though I paint all the time, they are like my babies. Like, I like to know that they're in a loving home. Who owns them? Good morning, Jackie. And what else? Oh, I had another fun story. There was a young man that came in toward the end of the day on Saturday. And I don't know how old he was. Because, as you get older, there's no point of reference. Because I think I'm younger than I look. Anyway, I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, he was looking at some of my bird paintings. And it was time to close up. And we were kind of moving quickly because we had a dinner reservation. And, I thought he wasn't ready to decide or whatever. And, we literally were zipping up. And he found us as we were walking back to the hotel. We were, like, on another block. And he stopped us. And he said, I think I really want one of those paintings. And so I said, well, let's go. Because he said I could come back tomorrow, but he would have to take, like, public transportation. And it was going to be a hassle. And I was like, let's go right now. And so my husband took the batteries and stuff back to the hotel room. And I walked back to the booth with him and his who he was with. And he ended up buying a painting. So we looked at a few. And I had to unzipper the tent, pull the paintings off the wall, and show them to him in the daylight. Because it's hard to look at them in the dark because all the lights were off. Well, anyway, he bought one. And I just love that. I love stories like that he really wanted that. And it needed to be his. All right. There is a little green that comes in there. Yeah, so that's the fun part of doing an art show, even though it's so much work, so much more work than, like, dropping something off at a gallery to be sold. And when you do something like that, you don't meet the people who buy your paintings. Sometimes it could be someone you know and you don't even know who bought your painting. So I love that part of actually meeting my collectors. A little chunk of paint there. I have to pull that off. A little sip of coffee. I need to think here for a little bit. I love the pops, kind of the jewel color showing through. I don't want to lose that. And it's still really messy looking, but I don't want to lose the kind of magic of that. I like those pinks showing are so pretty. orange down there. So it's kind of a complicated subject to think about. Yeah, sometimes the just hinting at things is more challenging than having a simpler reference. It's good practice. So in here, I need those darks to really be dark to make these fun kind of chartreuse colors really pop. And I do want my greens to shift a little bit in chroma. Don't let me forget to add the rubber bands. I do love rubber bands. I think some things like that you don't see as much. Like I get them. I used to use rubber bands more, I guess, for things. But now they still come on our newspaper on Sunday mornings. And I always want to save them. Like now I have a whole drawer full of rubber bands. I don't need that many, but it's like I feel like I can't throw away the rubber bands. Putting a little bit of that light in there. Oh, I started to say in our inspiring art group today, I'm working on a large painting, so I'll be doing that at noon today. My inspiring art group is my membership group where I teach twice a month. I don't have it open right now for enrollment, but if you wanted to join, I would be happy to send you a link that you could join. I plan to do that in the fall, but sometimes I just don't get everything done that I plan to do. Still a little purple in here too. Whoops, got too much on my paintbrush. Looks good. Barb says, I just know this would be a painting I would want in my kitchen. It'd be a fun one to do really big, wouldn't it? It would be very fun, large. And I took this photo. I went to market on, not this past Saturday, I was at Rittenhouse. So it must have been the week before. And sometimes I used to always at market do like little reels while I was there and share them on social. And I took all the photos this time and I got in the car to go home and totally got off task and never even posted any of the photos. But that's not the only reason to do it because I often get fun things to paint like this. A lot of times I'll just go through and think, what did I photograph this week? Just going around and around. I think I'm close to being good with my darks. Or maybe let's just say I'm finished with my darks. I think I could go to some lighter colors now. Let's work up here at the top with some of this fun. Whatever that color is, that greenish, bluish color. I want it to look a little wavy up here. It's making me think I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. We still have good strawberries here. I think I'm going to go get strawberries today. This is that like grayish color that I mixed up. Values up here are very light. That's all dark in there. I think I need to define that leaf a little more right here. And then that's more that true green that's going up through here. Or Kelly green. I don't know. It's not really a true green. They're all true. Okay. I think I need to work down here again. Put some more dark in there. I think maybe I didn't have enough value differentiation in here to get that to pop right there. That's better. So those few little strokes help that stand out a little more. Get a little light. And then that is a light. In there, that helped. That I needed, right? And this, I need to do that a little bit here. Yeah, that helped a lot. All right, let's work down below a little. What time is it? 8:38. We're great on time. Like my brush was a little dirty. This is that more true red that I mixed. That's kind of orange in there, so I'll go back for that area. I'm thinking a little bit about what's a hard edge and what's a soft edge also as I kind of dance around here with this. Cynthia says, I want to eat your delicious painting. I love beets. Not for everybody, but gosh, when I was pregnant with Isabel, I eat a lot of beets. Well, there's all the pinks. It's nice kind of browns down here, just suggesting. So this underneath part is darker right there. So I need to make that dark. Push that back a little bit. I'm thinking about what I want to go back and forward. So there is a beet here. I am really being hesitant here. I've got to stop doing that. Rittenhouse. This would be gorgeous. As a large, yeah, it would be fun, large. Emily, what did you say about Rittenhouse? That's a good idea. Maybe I will. Oh, Ems, I don't know what you said. I don't see it. I'm just glad my feed is working okay today after that crazy time I had last week. OMG, I just tuned in. Love these beats. Spending the morning finishing a button-up shirt for my son, but maybe I'll switch to painting. Yes. Painting a shirt for your son or sewing a shirt for your son? What are you doing with it? This is lighter up here. And this is darker down here, but I love that pink, and I'm going to accidentally cover that up. Just let it show. Sewing it, that would be even more as a painting, I think. I think it would be fun. I always am drawn to trying to paint fabric. There are a lot of artists that do it so well, and I always think that it looks like fun. It might have to be one of my inspiring art lessons now that I'm saying that. That would be really fun. I don't like ironing. Ugh, I have to do some of that before France. Of course, you think, why would I take anything to France that I need to iron? And I'm like, well, I don't know if I have things that I don't need to iron. All right, what else does it need? Well, it certainly needs those stems, and it needs my pops, and it needs the it needs the rubber bands. Oh, what are you saying about saying watercolors fruit on fabric? That would be fun. Fruit on fabric. I think I know who you mean. Yeah, I think as artists, we want to try everything. Like I want to learn to do every medium, every subject. Like it all sounds like fun. Okay, what do I want to do? A little bit of light showing through up here. Let me get rid of that a little bit. And that really, really dark spot. There, that helped. What's my colors? I don't know what that question is. I have all different colors. Love color. Oops, that was a little dirty. I think I'm forcing keeping that I'm trying to keep that pink, but I think it's gonna have to go away because it's not, doesn't seem right. Hello to California. I think I really just need my lights in here. My highlights. I'm probably ready for highlights now. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make the commitment and dive in here and work on the latest lights. Lights. Oops. I haven't painted any really big fruits. That would be fun to do. My popular thing at the art show this time was birds. And you can never guess what people are going to be looking for. Like, I could go one time and sell very few birds and sell more florals. I could sell more. I had like, I did sell a few Philadelphia soft pretzels. That's always a fun subject in Philadelphia. I might do some more pretzels for Lidditz. I'm going to be at a show in Lidditz at the end of July. All right, let's do a little stem things. Whatever, roots. They're not stems, they're roots. And then a couple highlights. It's just those little details that are what really makes it pop. I have some greens down in there too. That. Yeah, oh, the rubber bands. I can't forget the rubber bands. Yes, let's do that, and then I'll do the highlights. Yeah, the rubber bands are an important little detail. And actually, they'll be similar in color to my highlights, but I mean, I just see this needs to go darker right here. That helped that. Okay, rubber bands and highlights. Let's do it. I have some colors here I didn't even use yet. I probably won't use it all. Not quite laying on top, or it's not light enough. I need a little darkness underneath my rubber bands because they're not popping. Yep, that's what I needed. I almost feel drawn to pull out a smaller paintbrush, but I'm not going to let myself do that. Just a little highlight. No, I think they look good. I don't know that I need to. I do have this fun color though. Let me add a little of this in. And adding a little of that pink in that I wanted to have be a highlight color that's kind of in there, but it's just kind of fun and extra. It's not really. The beets aren't pink. But mine can be if I want them to be, right? It's the fun of making a painting. All right. Is there anything you see that I'm missing? there is a little green in there. I love that. Just gives that some energy and a little bit of the stem right there. Don't forget the dirt on top of the beets. You want me to put the dirt out in here. I'll do this. Yep, I had to clean that dirt off when I was making them for dinner. That one you don't really see it. I've got a little wide right here. All right, anything else? I'm going to Philly just now to start Alexis's wedding. Oh my goodness, Jackie, that is so fun. Have a great time. I guess she's here if you're going to Philly to shop. Wow. What a fun day. Send me pictures. You can give me a sneak peek, right? She won't care. Oh, that's so exciting. So exciting. Love it. Okay. Now I'm fussing, and what do I always say? If you're fussing with the painting and it's not getting better, put your brush down, sign it, and be finished, right? Because that's what I was just about to do. All right, I'll show it to you. So there's my reference. And the painting, you can see all the fun little bits. Like that's a little bit of gold in there. I love that. And I love that pops of pink showing through. And then I did use some of these like kind of turquoisey colors. They're really fun. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me while I painted today. It was fun. I will still, I think, be here next Wednesday, but then I'll be gone for 2 weeks when I'm in France. Can I hang the beets with the flowers? Absolutely, Jackie. You let me know if you want it. Why not? You do whatever you want. Your house is an art gallery. So thanks for coming. If you want to be on my email list and you're not, just send me just message me your email. I'd be happy to add you. And I don't know what else I'm forgetting to say, but I'll see you again next week. So thanks for coming. Oh, I'll put this up on my YouTube channel. So if you get a chance, go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe and give me a thumbs up or a comment or something. That always helps. And thanks for coming. It was fun as always. Happy Wednesday. Be a great day. And we'll see you next week. Bye.